Relay. This has got Lily James, Sam Worthington, and the awesome Riz Ahmed. Riz Ahmed is awesome. I don't know if you've seen him in Four Lions. Apparently he's also a rapper. I'll try and find a clip.
Twist, that's how I live life. The things that I've seen stay with me. So even when the scenery shifts, I'm still living shifty.
Anyway, this is a movie about, it's the usual movie about the fixer. Are you a fixer? Are you a con artist, exposer, protector? He plays many characters. He's not Batman, no. But Lily James, basically, she's got herself in a bit of bother. She's discovered some very naughty secrets from the company that she's working with.
My name is Sarah Grant. I'm in possession of evidence of an unlawful cover-up.
There are a number of whistleblower support organizations.
No, I just want to give everything back.
There are official channels, but there are unofficial ones.
Who is he?
So Lily James' character, she's got herself in a bit of bother. She works for a company who they produce wheat. And they've come up with some new invention where the wheat is basically super awesome. Basically insects can't eat it. They can't devastate the crop. So, that's great. No more millions and billions of pounds losses of wheat. However, in the long run, she's found out that it causes detrimental effects to people's health. And basically, she wants to expose them. They want this paper back. Once she discovers it, they start giving her a bit of jip. She's like, they let her go, and they're basically like, well, and she's like, well, you've let me go, but I've still got the paperwork, and what are you going to do about that? And they're like, well, we want our paperwork back. She's like, well, yeah, I know you do, but what about me? They're like, well, we're going to send the people with the guns after you. So basically, this is where we get Riz coming in. She goes to a company to say, a solicitor says, look, I want these people off my bike. I just want my normal life back. This guy can't help her. So he introduces Riz. So Rizzy comes in and he's basically the man.
I help people who see things they shouldn't have, who maybe should have looked the other way, but they can't.
I've never met him. That's kind of the point. It's a messaging service. They call you back.
Now, he's on the path to help her out. All she does is want her life back. She doesn't want to whistle blow. So it's not your typical whistleblower. Usually with whistleblower movies, they want to expose the company. She, however, just wants her life back, but in the right way. She wants to make sure that she's okay. There's going to be no comebacks, etc. like that. So, started the movie, and I tell you what, it's actually very intriguing the way that it carries on. It's interesting. I love the way he communicates. I mean, there's a point where I was wondering if he's actually deaf, because he communicates via this keypad, which is then intermittently received via a company and then told to the person on the other end.
This is the Tri-State Relay Service.
What is that?
It's a hearing-assisted device for the deaf.
The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 prohibits relay operators from disclosing the content of any relayed conversation.
The person who's called you will type their conversation and I'll read it to you. No calls are recorded and everything you say is confidential.
There's a van parked out front. I think they're watching me.
So yeah, I was wondering, is he playing the deaf guy? Because he has recently as well, when he played the drummer in the film. Don't know what it's called. Anyway, this felt a bit Michael Clayton-esque, a bit cat and mouse, back and forth. She is being looked at by these guys, and who want to, get the paperwork back and maybe not let her exist anymore. I found that this film had a lot of scenes that were almost, I don't know if the director, David Mackenzie, who's from Hell and High Water, very, very good film. I don't know if he's a fan of Heat, although he does seem to like a cafe scene. And Jeff Bridges in Hell of High Water is great in his cafe scene with his compadre. But it also felt like Heat, where there was the cafe scene. I just with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. Then there was a scene where the guys who were spying after her and trying to get her, they realised they were caught, they were being looked at, and there's a famous scene in Heat where Al Pacino discovers It's them who's being looked at, not them looking at the person, the subject.
You know what they're looking at? What? Us. The LAPD, the police department. We just got made.
So, found a couple of scenes like that about Heat that look like it was from Heat. These two, during the movie, they start to become a bit close because they never actually see each other and they just communicate by phone. And obviously, she comes a bit intrigued by, who is this guy who's helping me? He's very mysterious. He's Batman. He's not Batman, love. He's Riz Ahmed. So anyway, they get a bit of a love interest, and I wasn't too convinced, but I can see why she would become interested, or he would become interested as well. It almost reminded me of Sandra Bullock in The Net as well. So it plays out a bit like Michael Clayton. I don't know if you've seen that. If you haven't, do watch that. Or Erin Brockovich. It's a lot faster paced than those two films, which I don't know if that's a good thing, because they were a lot slower paced, but I found myself still more interested than this one. I did find myself interested in this in the first two parts of the film. It was intriguing. It just became a little bit repetitive. It was like, okay, yes, we know you're watching her, we know you're after her, and you know there was lots of. I think we visited about 15 post offices. Saw lots of deliveries of packages, and to the point, like, okay, can we get this moving now? Then we come to a bit of a twist, and I don't know if I'm just very silly, and I don't know, just maybe naive, but this scene absolutely came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere, and I can't say that it was a good twist. It was a surprising twist. Did it help the movie? I don't know. I don't think so. So the twist comes on, and I have to say, after the twist, it turns into a bit of an action movie. And our main character, Mr. Riz Ahmed, he's got himself in a bit of bother, and he has to run away from these guys. And I have to say, it's one of the most almost comical chase scenes I've ever seen. Every turn that this guy turned into, it was literally an open landscape, and you've got like 3 or 4 people behind you with guns shooting you. And there's the most open landscape, and you're thinking, why am I turning into an open landscape in every corner? It was funny. I was like, okay, this dude's getting no luck. However, they're really bad shots because, spoiler, he doesn't get hit at first, or does he? But for someone in an open landscape, if you're not zigzagging to avoid the arrows, which is probably possible back in the day, maybe not guns, unless you're a really bad shot, but he was running straight in these very open landscapes, and he wasn't getting shots, but the poor son had to keep running forever. It was almost comedic. So we get this twist. It's very surprising. Does it do the movie justice? I don't think so. The movie was building up to be something really, as I said, Michael Clayton-esque, Erin Brockovich. It was lacking the substance, absolutely. It was lacking the substance, but it was holding its own. It was holding its own. And it felt like after the twist, they just gave up. Or just before the twist, they just gave up. It's an enjoyable movie. It is an enjoyable movie. But it could have been a lot better. I reckon so. I reckon this could have been about 30 to 40% better. I like the twist. It came too sudden. I think it came too sudden. It's what? Come on. There were no signs, which I give it credit for. But you let me know. Have a watch yourself. Let me know what you think about this twist. As I said, the build-up's fine. Riz Ahmed's great. All the performances are great. I love Sam Worthington's little quirks when he's on the phone and he's getting frustrated by the calls and he's swearing, using his hands, and it's quite funny. It's very natural. It's very good. So do check it out. Let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next one.
They may try to scare you. They may try to make a deal.
This is the only deal. We are not bodyguards. We are intermediaries.
We can help you return the documents whilst maintaining leverage to protect you.
Has it ever gone wrong?
Sometimes we have to walk away.
Are you lonely?
I recommend we keep communication to a minimum.
Do you have the packages?
Yes.